Good evening and welcome to Nikos. Yes, we have been doing these episodes as Nikos Nightly News, and I still have the header on it for that. But there are going to be some serious changes being made to the channel in the next few days, and one of the changes is coming on tonight. I've made a couple of changes to the set and such. Now, you're not going to notice it yet because I'm still using the header here, but there's going to be some changes to that. And I also wanted to kind of change the way I've been presenting. So if you see any change and you like it, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know. If you haven't been with us before, I'm Jonathan Albin, also known as Game Master J. I'm a storyteller and game master with nearly 50 years of experience, dating all the way back to the 1970s. So yes, I am old. I know my hair looks a little gray, and yes, I'm a little bit old, but I think we'll get along just fine. So we're going to start off tonight with an update. It was actually a part of an episode I did the other day that seemed to not work out with the sound. So we're checking some things to see whether or not we can improve the sound output. If you have any questions or difficulties with sound, make sure you let me know in the chat, because I can make adjustments on the fly, as I just did by bringing the microphone closer. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to talk about is an update that I did, as I said, a couple of days ago, and the sound was poor on it, so I'm going to be updating the story. It will be a slightly different episode because, of course, I have new information about the goings-on in that group. So we're currently using Strangers in a Strange Land as the games group name, and the players include Asado, Axel when he's there, Bowden, Deborah, Melkor, Marianne, and others. So as players switch and adjust, we will change up the name of the players that are in the group. But this just kind of gives you an idea who is still here. So let me also take a second here and adjust the screen a bit. It's got two copies of my face on it, and I don't quite know why, so we're going to get rid of one of them for now. Here we go. So we are going to be talking about what's going on in the city of Potiphar, and the strangers made it there about 3 weeks ago, and they've been slowly getting to know the city a little bit better. They've gotten to meet several of the persona that they had not met before. They have gotten to be familiar with some of the goings-on, and were involved with pursuing at least one of the mysteries of the city last week. Now, at least two members of the adventuring party have discovered that there are strange markings that are manifesting on them in the forms of mystical tattoos that are suddenly appearing on them that, of course, they never signed up for. And they are in the form of manacles and chains on their wrists and ankles. And it seems as if there's something tying them to the city in a not so comfortable way. And so they're trying to decide not only what these marks represent, but also to perhaps find out why they are in particular being targeted. So there was an altercation during a party 2 weeks ago wherein Lord Turcival appeared to have been assassinated by a magical attack directly in front of the party. They had actually apprehended one of the villains and turned him over to the city guard, and the city guard seemed to be more concerned with the outcomes of the preparation of the upcoming Festival of Floods. Now, the city has been anticipating a return of the rainy weather that is supposed to be kicked off by a mystical ritual that is supposed to occur, and they've been counting down, and they were about 30 days out. As a matter of fact, the assassination had occurred at one of the introduction parties to the festival season. So they went and spoke with the leader of the Green Veil. This person that they spoke with, Eurekas was her last name, and this lady, Genya Eurekas, as the overseer for the Green Veil, offered peace and comfort to the adventurers, saying that they could stay within their walls as long as they were assisting with the ritual, and seemed to not even be aware that Lord Turcival had been assassinated. So they went and checked into it. They found out that the city governor is a guy by the name of Severin Novalant. And in speaking with some of his handlers, they found that he was not available, but that he was very concerned with the issues with Lord Tercival and would definitely promised he would look into it. The adventurers then ran into a series of mysterious meetings in the dark, including an altercation with some waterborne being that they engaged down by the waterline. Then after that, they ran into members of the Last Laugh Guild, apparently laying hands on one of our associates by the name of Patches, and kind of working him over for some money he owed them. And while they didn't discover much about that, they did break up the fight and fundamentally saved his life as he was being beaten so badly. Of course, this led to a relationship issue between Keegan and the head of the Lantern Street Orphanage. The young lady there, Gretchen, was also a gnome, and she was quite infatuated with our keymaster, if you will, Keegan Gelf. And they were investigating several disappearances, and they discovered even more of them had been kidnapped on the very night that the adventurers were there. So they had rescued Patches, but in a strange turn of events, shall we say, and perhaps not just a little but a lot, depended upon the players of the adventure group actually triggering the beginnings of the rainy season 30 days in advance of the ritual by something that was done. More can be discovered by talking to the players, of course, and it is rather curious that this would be the case. So I've now kind of reiterated the missing information from the episode the other day, and if you have any other questions, of course, you can feel free to reach out to me through Discord or through the chat box now, and or the comment section at NycosRPG.com. At NycosRPG on YouTube. Alrighty, so the next one to do is a kind of a growing popularity